Hi guys, how are you all? Hi guys, how are you all? Adira mom sent a message to me on your homework. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we had a school trip to DC and it was fabulous.
Yeah, I understand. Ma, I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
Viba, how are you, ma? Are you able to follow Viba? Viba? Okay, she's not connected. Are you able to follow Viba?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but the school is not doing that, right? So are you able to follow the class properly?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if you get stuck on anything. Because I know your school is way different, right?
Yeah.
Keep me posted if you don't follow anything.
Okay.
Okay. Can we move on? I know I have not released the test scores, right? I know guys, just give me some time. I'll definitely do it today or tomorrow. Okay, I'm sorry for the delay. Is that okay? I'll definitely do it either today or tomorrow. Okay. The only problem is I have not entered the correct answers for you, so that is causing the delay. I will release it today or tomorrow. Yet another thing is the other class, the other algebra one class, they have not taken it or they took it only yesterday. That is the reason that I have not released it. I'll release it all together. And any questions on the home? Did we have homework? We didn't, right? The test was what was a part of. What are you doing in school, Rishit?
In school, we're doing combining variables.
What do you mean by that, Amma?
I mean, combining like terms.
You're just solving equations
No, we're just doing combining like terms.
or solving equations?
Yeah,
Okay. Is it easy?
yeah.
Okay. How was the transformations homework?
It was pretty easy.
Oh, it was pretty easy. That's nice to know. Okay. Any questions on that?
No.
Miss Priya, it's due today, right? Because I have some left because
Not a problem, ma'am. Not a problem. Okay, just to review that, guys, is Yojit here? Yojit is not here. Oh my god. Why? I don't. Anyway, let's go over this. This is a positive slope or a negative slope, this line.
Negative.
Negative slope. Good job. Okay. Let me ask you a few questions based on transformations. Then we'll go to inverse variation, direct variation, and then parallel perpendicular lines. I have taught this group already, right? So I want to review that topic for today. Now, let me ask you this about what is the y-intercept of this line shown on the board? What is the y-intercept of the line? What is the y-intercept of the line shown on the board?
1.
Good job. Let me ask you this. um, this we studied last week, right? So there is a function f of x. Another function g of x is defined as this. What transformation did it undergo? There is a function f of x. There is a function g of x. G of x has become f of x plus 1. What is the transformation it underwent? F of x is this function, let's say y equal to x. Now, g of x is f of x plus 1, right? So what transformation? How did it change? How did the line change? Any thoughts, guys? Otherwise, I'm going to revise everything.
It went left.
It went
Left. Up by one. It went up
correct. Both are correct.
up and left.
Yeah. So let's go over it. So basically, let me tell you this, guys. The thing about this is, whenever the plus one, I will repeat once more, because algebra 2 is going to continue with this. At that time, nobody should suffer. The plus 1 or the minus 1 added outside the parenthesis. That means it is applied to the y coordinate. Meaning, the line has a lot of xy coordinates, right? The plus 1 or the minus 1 or the plus 2 or the minus 2 applied outside of this parenthesis is applied to the y coordinate. When you apply a translation to the y coordinate, it moves up or it moves down, because the y axis moves up or down. Any questions still here? Now, if it is like this, Vibha, what is the translation for this function h of x? H of x is a completely different function. What is the translation here?
It goes down.
Exactly. The minus 4 is outside the parenthesis. It's applied to the y coordinate and the line goes down 4 units. Any questions still here? You know why we are repeating this? Because it is so important. And last week there was some confusion on the X translation. I just wanted to make sure we are clear on that. Again, I am bringing it up. Before I move there, I wanted to revise whatever we did. Now, next thing I wanted to do is, what's going on with my machine? 1 second. One second, guys. Something is not right. Okay. How about 2 times f of x? What is the transformation? If I say 2 times f of x, Rania, you want to try or you want me to tell you? If I say 2 times f of x, what is that?
2.
Yeah, 2 times f of x. So that becomes my h of x. What is the transformation here? 2 was multiplied. See, it is outside the parenthesis, right? 2 was multiplied to the y coordinate. So what would happen if 2 gets multiplied to the y coordinate?
2, like it goes up 2.
Wait, ma. Anya, you did not attend the last class, right, ma?
Yeah.
No. I was asking for Rania.
Okay.
Rania,
Mhm.
would you mind letting me know 2 times f of x means? Do you remember what it was, or can I review that?
I don't remember.
No problem, ma. Rishit, do you remember what would happen if I multiply by 2?
The slope would double.
Yeah, slope increases, line becomes steeper. Line becomes steeper. You got it? So that means, see, when something is applied to the y-axis, when you're multiplying the y value by 2, it is vertically stretched by 2. Remember that. If it is y-axis, it's vertical, right? Vertically stretch y stretch, because this number is greater than 1. Suppose if you have a number y and if you multiply by 2, the value of y increases. Suppose if you have a number y, you multiply it by half, its value reduces. That means the slope reduces here, slope increases here. So line becomes steeper, line becomes less steep. Any questions here? Now let's say I have a function half f of x. What happens? What is this transformation? Who attended last week? Dhuru, can you say? Or Yojit, can you say?
It becomes less steeper.
Yeah, the line becomes less steep. So what happens?
The slope decreases.
Slope decreases. So this half is multiplied outside the parenthesis, right? So it is applied to the y value of the function. So it is a vertical compress. When you multiply any number by half, right, it reduces in value. So it's vertical compression by half. Any questions still here? Okay, then we did this. What about this? The minus is applied to the y coordinate or the x coordinate. Who can tell me? Whenever it's outside the parenthesis, you can blindly say that it was applied to the y as a whole. This is the y, right? So the negation happened to the y coordinate. Suppose there is a point 1, comma 1 and you reflect it on the y axis. If you reflect it on the y axis, which coordinate changes?
Why?
X. Illemma, if you reflect it on the y axis, what coordinate negates?
X.
X, the opposite coordinate negates. Suppose if x-axis reflection, what coordinate negates?
Y.
Y. It's interesting to see, but that's what happens. So the negative sign is applied to the y. So this is reflection on what axis?
Y-axis.
Negation is applied to the y coordinate.
The x-axis.
X-axis. Suppose if the same negation comes to the x inside the parenthesis, what reflection is this?
On the y-axis.
This was the function f of x was reflected on the x-axis. Okay, now we come to the last part. This was what I confused, I feel, last week. How about this? Here, you see, usually the format is whenever you transform a line, this is the format. This is the transformed line. Okay. The general format is x minus h. So if I express this in terms of this becomes like this. So the k represents your transformation on the y-axis. H represents your transformation on the x-axis. So if you see f of x plus 4, translation 4 is applied to the horizontal axis. The line moves left or right. If there is a plus 4, it can be split like this and written. This means minus 4 is applied to the horizontal axis. So line moved left by 4. Any questions here? The last one is x minus 4. The minus 4 is inside the parenthesis. The translation was applied to x-axis. Because the minus 4 is inside the parenthesis. And if you compare the general format, what is that? 4. H is a positive number. H is a positive number if you compare that. So now the plus 4 was applied to x-axis. What happened then? What was the transformation? Line moved. Right by 4. Guys, do you have a are you with me or no?
Get it.
I can really help see
Wait,
here.
Miss Priya, so for example, if the like if x is equal to f of x minus 4, x minus 4 is in parentheses, and then it says minus 5 again, would that mean the line would move right and also down?
Come again. You're
So
asking about this?
4 and then plus 5 something.
Yeah, good question. The problem about a line is, let's say this is f of x. Okay. Let's have a transformed line that moves to the right by 4. Okay, this is g of x. I have to give another name. I cannot give the same name. You'll get confused, right? So give g of x equal to f of x. How did it transform? It moved to the right, right? So I will have to write this. It moved to the right means on the horizontal axis, I'll have to make the change inside the parenthesis. So it moved to the right, right? So x minus h, right? H is 4 value, correct? So in this case, I applied the 4 movement to the right. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
move to the right. However, when you think about the vertical axis, it also moved down. But you know what? When we are using symbols like this, right? When you're using symbols like this, you have to say about it moving down 4 in this case.
Okay.
If they give you this, you have to say it's right 4. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
If you have a 4 applied like this, it means that 4 is added. 4 units is added to the y. F of x is your y. If you have a 4 here, right, that means you're adding 4 to the x, not subtracting. Please don't consider that. That's because the general format is like this. You get it? So here 4 is added to the x. That means it moved right 4. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rishita, are you with me?
Yeah.
Srinita, are you with me?
Yeah.
I do understand both are one and the same. Because if I move a line right by 4, it is the same as pushing it down by 4. But if they give you this, don't say down because the 4 was applied to the horizontal axis. So that only you need to say. Did you get it? Others,
Yeah.
how about the others? Do you understand? Rania, do you get it?
Yeah.
How about this? What are the transformations here? Who can single person? Akshada, can you
Um,
compile what is the Rishit, I'll give the chance.
okay.
Akshada, can you give the transformation happened here?
Um, like two G.
Yeah, g of x is my main function. Okay, this is my main function. This is my function, g of x.
I think times 2 to the y-axis.
Correct, ma, correct. But first, let's finish this. Minus is applied, right? What is that?
Oh, negative 2G.
Yeah, negative is
Negative
applied
2.
to the y coordinate, right? It's outside the parenthesis, right? If negative is applied to the y coordinate, what reflection is that?
Um, the slope will become negative.
The slope will
Oh,
become negative.
reflection on
Correct.
the y-axis.
How ma the y coordinate becomes negated.
Yes, Priya.
1 comma 1. If it reflects on the x-axis, it becomes
Oh
1
yeah.
comma 1.
Reflection on the x-axis.
Reflection on x-axis, and then what is this 2? It becomes more steeper, right?
Yeah.
Good. And then what? What is this minus 4?
It goes to the right.
Minus 4 is outside the parenthesis. It's applied to the vertical axis. So it
Oh,
has to
it goes down.
down by 4. You will get it slowly. Okay, how about this?
Can I try this?
Sure, Duru and Rishit also wanted to try. Tell.
Okay, so in this function, the minus means the negative means the it's reflecting on the x-axis.
Why? Because the negation happens to the y coordinate.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then
Reflection on x-axis. What is this?
the 1/2 means the slope is going down, and the line's becoming like less steeper.
Less steep. Okay.
And then the +5, that means that it's moving up. The line's moving up.
By 5. Did you all get it? We'll go over it again and again because I want this to be etched in your brain. Let's see this one. How about this? Who wants to try? Guys, if you want to be clear with it, volunteer to make mistakes.
I try.
Go ahead, Rashit.
So first it's 4 f of negative x. So 4 means the slope is steeper.
Becomes more steep because it's outside, right? If it is
Yeah.
inside the parenthesis, it's opposite. If it's outside the parenthesis, it's applied to the y coordinate. Y coordinate means on the vertical line, it's applied. So it becomes more steep, okay?
Yeah. And then negative x means the slope is negative.
Not negative x means the x coordinate is negated. What does that mean?
Reflection on the y-axis.
Whenever there is negative, it's a reflection. Whenever there is a negative, it's a reflection. But which axis?
Reflection on y.
Reflection on y, because if you consider a point 1 comma 1, if it reflects on the x-axis, the point becomes, see, the y coordinate negates. Reflection on x-axis means y coordinate negates. Reflection on y-axis means what happens? It becomes
The y-axis
plus 1
negates.
comma 1. X-axis negates for y-axis reflection. Y-axis negates for x-axis reflection.
Okay.
So here x-axis negates. So it's a reflection on
Y.
y-axis.
And then the negative 4 means
We did the there is no negative 4, right?
no, right next to negative x outside the parentheses.
Oh, I am sorry. I did not see this. Okay, what is that?
It's 4 down.
4 down. Good job. How about this? I want somebody else to try this time. Definitely, please make mistakes and understand this fully. The transformation part is quite important. When you come to algebra 2, you should not suffer at all. How about this? This is going to be a little tricky. How about this? Let me erase this. Tell me what's up. Who can try? See, this one is a little tricky. I did not even discuss this. Can I go ahead with this?
Um,
Go ahead.
oh,
I think what you so like the -2 obviously means you move down. So
This is easy. The last one is translation. Okay, but what is this?
it reflects by half.
Amma, there is no negation here. Only if you see negation, it's reflection. When you see multiplication by a number means it becomes less steep or more steep.
It becomes less steep.
Ah, that is the problem here. X is the culprit. X is always confusing. Whenever you make a change on the X, right, it is a little confusing. I'll show you. X comma Y, X comma F, X comma our F of X is Y, right? So we had the function Y equal to X or F of X equal to X, right? minus 2, 0, 0, 2, 2, right? See here what happens. If I this, if I do this inside the parenthesis, right? It is like multiplying x by 2. If there is a number that's inside the parenthesis with x multiplied, then it's always the opposite. Find the reciprocal of the number. It is 2x, right? So you multiply the x coordinate by 2. So this becomes 4. Do you see what I'm doing? X I multiply by 2. Why I make it the same? Now draw the line and see. My original line is here, right? The transformed line is -4 is -2. -4 is -2. And then and then what? 0, comma 0, and then 4, comma 2. What happened to the line here?
It became less steeper.
1 second, guys. Okay. So basically what we did was, for the x value, right? X coordinate, we multiplied by 2. Whenever, so on the horizontal axis, it was stretched. On the horizontal axis, it was stretched means yes, the 2 was multiplied to the x-axis value. So the stretcher compression or steeper, less steeper, you're saying, right? When I pull the line, see, horizontally it was stretched means automatically it becomes less steep. That's correct. And one more, let's try one more. Suppose if I say this is 2x, what happens?
Oh, then you took the rest.
More steep.
Then for me to apply that, right, I multiply by half x. Yeah, go ahead. What happens here?
It becomes more steep.
Is it right? I want to check on that. Let me see. If I apply 2x here, right? -4, 0, half x, right, this time. So it should be half x means -1, 0, and then 1, correct? The y-axis remains the same. So it becomes 1, comma -2, 1, comma -2, 1, comma -2, 1, comma, sorry guys, 1, comma -2. That seems incorrect, guys. What is going on?
Wait, what?
Oh, -1, comma -2. I'm sorry, guys. -1, comma -2, 0, and 1, comma 2. So it becomes more steep. Correct, ma'am. So here, 1 second, guys. Let me quickly check on that as well. Give me a minute. Let me bring up a graph for you. 1 second. Let me bring up a nice graph for you to show all the difference. I have it ready. We were discussing multiplication by 2, right?
So multiplication by half.
Yeah, I wanted to show you. Yep. I want to show you a graph of whatever we did.
Okay.
Now, can I erase all of this and show you the graph?
Yeah.
What we have discussed is right. Let me show you. Does this graph help you understand what's going on? So here, the original graph was f of x equal to x. So this is our original graph, f of x equal to x. Now, half is multiplied outside. When half is multiplied outside, it becomes less steep. Okay, when 2 is multiplied outside, it becomes more steep. This is what we understood. When 2 is applied outside, it means that it's applied to the vertical axis. When half is multiplied outside, it means that it is applied outside. Okay. Now, what is this reflection? Who can tell me what is this reflection? Minus f of x. What is that reflection?
Reflecting across the origin.
Reflection on
The origin.
Axis.
Ilema. See, there cannot be reflection. Reflection about origin is in a way correct. I'll have to accept it, but that's not how you say, because the y coordinate is negated, right? So it is the reflection about x axis.
Oh.
Okay, one thing is I understand you will argue with me. Hey, why not? This is as a reflection on the y-axis. Yes, it is because this becomes this, and this part becomes this part. Okay, in a line you cannot say this. Okay, but consider a U curve. When you consider a U curve, when you reflect it on the x-axis, it becomes like this. Do you see it? So there it is more easier to understand.
How
When
does
you
it
reflect, yeah, go ahead.
how does it go like that? Doesn't it like go like
How
on?
did it go like that? Okay, I'll tell you. This is your U curve. Okay, this is our f of x. Now, I want to reflect it. This is how you're going to learn in algebra 2. So I want to reflect, let's say one by one piece, I'm going to reflect. This is our x-axis, right? How will I reflect it? This piece, right? When I reflect it on the when I reflect it on the x-axis, what will happen to it? Will it become like this? Are you with me?
Yeah.
Now, the second part, let's see this part. This part, right? Reflect it on the x-axis. What would, wait. We'll do from the first.
Miss Priya, I thought the line would go like this.
Oh, reflect it.
It would reflect on the X.
Oh, wait there. Miss Priya, what was the original line?
Original was a U, ma. It was a U like this.
So would it be like what you wrote when you've reflected on the x-axis?
When you reflect it on the x-axis, it'll become like this. That's true. That's true. Wait. What I wanted to show you was wait. One second, guys. Oh, when you reflect it on the x-axis, it'll be like this. But one second, guys. What did I want to show you? I wanted to show you something else then. Wait. I'm little lost. Give a minute. I wanted to show you something. That's why I brought this up. Hold on. One second, guys. I'll show you. Oh my gosh. I wanted to show you for the U curve. Hold on. I'll go with you guys. Okay, I'll go with Dhruv. Dhruv, what you say is correct, but I'll bring this up a little later. So here, if you reflect it on the x-axis, it becomes like this, right? So what coordinates negated? You tell me. What coordinates negated? Here, let's consider
The
1,
Y
1. Which coordinate negated?
the Y.
The y coordinate negated, right? 1 comma minus 1. Similarly, this one, right? This one was 1 minus 1 comma 1, right? What coordinate negated if you reflect it on the x-axis?
Y.
What coordinate negated? Y coordinate negated, right? So this became minus 1 comma minus 1. So reflection on x-axis, y coordinate negated. Reflection on x-axis, y coordinate negated. Here, When you consider a U curve, reflection on y-axis, what happens? Reflection on y-axis, what happens? Which coordinate negated?
X coordinate.
X coordinate negated. So whenever you see a minus, it's always a reflection. If the negative is outside of X, it's a reflection on the X-axis because Y coordinate negates. If the minus is applied inside the parenthesis to the X coordinate, then it's a reflection on Y-axis. Okay. Now let me come back to my point a little later. I'll come back. Let me finish this and then come back to this point. I wanted to discuss something on that, but I will discuss here. Let's consider the others. So now it became more steep, less steep. This is our original line. Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you, but Dhruv brought up a good point of having this. Let me finish this. Here, so this is considered as a reflection on x-axis. You know why? Because of this symbol. What I meant to say was this reflection can also be seen as a reflection on the y-axis. If you see that, yes. But then if you see the symbol, right? This symbol is different from this symbol. Here, the x-axis, x coordinate is negated. Here, the y coordinate is negated. So this is a reflection on x. This is a reflection on y. Any questions on that? Okay. Now, one more set of pictures. Let me finish showing that. And after that, let me go back to that one that I told I feel. Let me see. 1 second, guys. We are spending too much time on this, I know, but that's okay. How about this? This is a different set of. Can I erase my ratings? How about this, ma? Do you see the second picture? See, there is a difference between both. Here, the line is not showing anything for you. That's the problem. Here, do you see this is a reflected line? This is the same as this line. Do you see it? But the symbols are different. For a line, you won't see the difference. If it is a U curve, right? What is this reflection? 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 This is our parent function.
Wait, so
So why it's in the parentheses, the negative?
Illima, you don't need to worry about it. What sort of a reflection is this? What sort of a reflection is this?
the
Just
first
see the picture and say,
Why reflection on y-axis?
yeah, this is a reflection on y-axis. The U curve remains the same, right? Here, what is the reflection?
on the x-axis.
The reflection is on the x-axis. So here you can clearly see the difference, right? Here you can't see the difference at all, but only difference you can say from this line. Okay, from the symbol. Because for the line, let me reflect it on the x-axis. If I reflect this piece on the x-axis, this becomes this. Okay. If I reflect this part on the x-axis, it becomes this. So my overall line becomes this. That's why they have it here. Okay. Similarly, again, you reflect the line on the y-axis. What happens to the line if you reflect the if you reflect it on the y-axis? Same problem comes. This becomes this. This part becomes this part. So again, the line is this. Whether you reflect it on the x-axis or the y-axis, the line looks the same. That is why you go by the symbol. If the negative happens outside, then you consider that the negation was applied to the y coordinate, so it is a reflection on the x axis. If the negation happens to the x coordinate inside the parenthesis, then the reflection was applied on the which axis?
The x-axis.
The y-axis.
Oh.
Y axis. The x coordinate got negated here. Here the y coordinate got negated.
So,
Do you understand this?
oh yeah, yeah, I get it.
No problem. As long as you understand, it's fine. Bhakti, did you get it?
The colors are a bit confusing. I'm not understanding what
Okay,
happened.
colors are a bit confusing for you. I thought it will make it clear, okay? Oh, even these colors are confusing?
No, not those ones. It's the
Whatever I drew is confusing. Let's
yeah,
take that off. Okay, I've taken it off. So now do you get this now? So this is becoming more steep. This is becoming more steep. This is becoming less steep, less steep.
They both basically look the same.
They both
Wow.
basically look the same. That is because it's aligned. That's why, see,
No, like that. Both of the graphs on the screen look the same.
yes, but the symbols are different, right? That's why I wanted to show you. This is 2 times f of x. 2 is applied to the y coordinate. Here 2 is applied to the x coordinate. Half is applied to the y coordinate. Half is applied to the x coordinate. You see the reflection, the negation is applied to the x coordinate. So this is a reflection on the y axis. The negation is applied to the y coordinate. So the reflection is on the x axis. Dhruv, have I made it clear?
Yeah.
Anybody else, any questions? Anybody else, any questions?
No.
You know what? I feel like asking questions. Let's see whether we understand this. I know I'm spending too much time, but it's worth it, at least for the transformation piece. How about this? What transformation happened here? Let me ask you this.
Happened with.
No, ma, I'll give you one question, then you can answer. Nabiha, we went over the last week was a test week, ma. Did you take the test, Nabiha?
No, I didn't.
That's what you need to take on whatever we did from previous weeks.
Where do you take the test?
I don't know whether I put it in Google Classroom. At the end of the class, you can get the link from me and then take the test.
Okay, thank you.
How about this? What transformation is this? Please, guys, take turns, make mistake. Everybody needs to be interactive. Only a few of you are answering.
It goes down on the y-axis.
It goes down on the y-axis. Krishiv, can you explain this to me?
The bottom one?
Yeah,
Yeah, the slope increases.
nice. Dira, you want to say?
What?
What is this transformation?
It goes up because it's +2.
You're just nice. I received yours in chat. How about this?
It moves left on the X.
Wow, good job. It moves left by 2. Yes, Bhakti, okay.
Moves right.
Moves right by 2. How about this?
Reflection on the x-axis.
Reflection on x-axis. What about this? Sorry. What is this?
Reflection on y-axis.
Reflection on y-axis. So we are done with everything. No, we are not done with one. How about this? These two. I want somebody else to volunteer and make mistakes and say, absolutely fine, or I will pick. Ma, please, at your level, you should volunteer. You have to.
For f equals -1/2 x, the steepness is reduced by half.
Steep, less steep. Nice.
Then for f of 4x, it's it's more steep.
Nice. That's enough at your level. Can I move on?
Yeah.
I want to talk about direct variation and indirect variation. What are these two?
Direct variation is y equals kx.
Exactly. This one you have already learnt it. Meaning y equal to kx is direct variation. What is this? Suppose let's say I study for 1 hour, meaning x quantity, y quantity. I study for 1 hour. Score I get is 50. I study for 2 hours. Or let me say score I get is 10. Study for 2 hours, 20. Study for 3 hours, 30. Study for 10 hours, 100. Do you see there is a multiplicative relationship between y and x? They are proportional. X increases, y increases. Any questions on this? You can take this as direct variation. Always when they say the two quantities are directly varying, here y is in the numerator on the left, x is in the numerator on the right. So if if x value increases, y value will increase. If x value decreases, y value will decrease. Any questions?
No.
Whereas indirect variation is this is indirect variation. Because see here, y on the left, y on the left is in the numerator, x in the denominator. So what happens? When x value increases, y value decreases. X value decreases, y value increases. Example of this. What can be an example of this? Suppose this one score I got, number of hours I studied, right? So when you see a table, direct variation means, do you see 1, comma 10, 2, comma 20, 3, comma 30? So it's a line going up. Right, guys? So this is a direct variation, right? What happened to an indirect from a graph, from a table? You have to identify these from a graph and a table. X increases, Y increases. X decreases, Y decreases. See the values. See the graph. Indirect variation, the opposite happens. Suppose there is a tub full of water. The tub is filled with water. So at the 0th hour, I had 10 liters of water. Okay. There is a small leak down beneath. What happens? First hour, what happened? It started leaking. How do I say this?
In the first hour, there's 9 liters left.
I have to make it work for this, right? Just give me 1 minute. Let me put down values that will obey this, right? Give me a minute.
You could do something with like cost, like
Go ahead. Give me an example. Good job. Go ahead, Yojit. You want me to change the example?
it would be easier if you did it with cost. Like
Agree. Go ahead with
if you
your
buy like
example.
5
Open.
toys, you have to pay $50. So how much money would you pay if you buy 2 toys? Or like that, except harder.
What was that X and Y quantity? What was that? I'll go with your choice. Go ahead.
I was like, if you buy 5 toys, you have to pay $50. But and then like you're asked to find the cost for 2 toys. Like that, but like you can do it in a harder way.
How? But this is proportional, right? This will become $20. 5 objects will be $50, right? Right, Yojit?
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think it will be directly proportional?
Yeah.
So for indirect variation, anybody can think of any other example? The leak might not work. So do you all think of any other example with indirect variation? I am open to your choices.
You could do 5 comma 55.
5,55. How am I?
Cause
Now
that, and then like 2 comma 25.
5,55. How am I? See, in that
Cause
case,
then you have a y-intercept of 5. Like you'll start with
the
5.
y-intercept of would you meaning can we get something like this? I can provide otherwise.
Oh,
2,25. In this case, right? X value goes up, Y value goes up. So this becomes to this category, right?
oh yeah.
Tada, am I making sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm absolutely fine. We'll think about more. You tell me, guys. I'll
Wait,
also
I
think.
think I have one.
Go ahead.
The speed to get somewhere and the time it takes. For
Oh,
example,
wow.
like
Speed
if you're going on a road
time.
trip, like you have to first speed up to first like go to the maximum speed, and then you slow down.
Let's see. Wait. I don't know what you're saying, but let's see. Right? Meaning one has to go up, one has to go down. Try. If you go at 25 miles per hour, it will take 5 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, let's do this way. I feel uncomfortable to do it this way. 5 minutes at 25 miles per hour. Right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. What happens next?
For 4 minutes, it would be like
Suppose 4 minutes. Let's take up 10 minutes. What would happen?
the speed would reduce.
Or let us take this is hard, guys. Okay, 25 minutes. What
No,
happens?
like this is what I'm thinking. So, you have this like place where you want to go, but by increasing your speed, it decreases the time.
Yeah, correct, Ma. That's what I'm also trying to
Oh,
combat. I think this obeys. You see, huh?
yeah, it
Nice,
does.
very good job, Rishit. This is very good. So he comes up with an example where it takes, if he drives at 25 mile per hour, which is my Y value, I reach in 5 minutes. If he drives at 5 miles per hour, he will take 25 minutes. Do you see what is happening? X increases, Y decreases. See, 25 to 5 decreases. Similarly, X decreases 25 to 5, Y increases. This is a perfect indirect variation. And for you to verify, see here, this is the best way to verify. Multiply both should be the same as multiplication of these both. Very nice, Richard. So
Thank you.
this is a perfect example of indirect variation. This is a nice direct variation. Honestly, I took some time to come with these values. Great. The example was good. So honestly, you can make the class more interactive like this. That way, each of you understand what's going on.
In
How
that
about, yeah,
predicament where when you multiply the x and the y value, they're always supposed to be the same for all of them.
or indirect variation? Yes. Can I move on?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Go ahead and give you more problems in this. We just understood the concept, right? Wait. Mostly, see, at your level, you would be asked for direct variation problems only. Okay, how about this?
Miss Priya,
Yeah, Ma, go ahead.
I don't have a question. It's just, is today's class also the one of the extended classes? My mom wanted to know.
Yeah, Ma, we'll end at the usual time, Ma.
Like 11 or something?
In 30. You, lala. Wait, my problem is with time confusion. Wait, we started at 8:25, right? 9:25, 9:30, it has to end. Does it make sense?
Oh, okay, cause well, I'm 1 hour ahead, so you said 9:30, so I was confused. Okay.
No, my time will also be 10:30, but I cannot talk in my time. That is my
Oh yeah,
confusion.
Okay.
You got it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want you guys to work on this. Try this one. If you did not understand, I'm here to help you. There are two quantities that are being talked about. Corn muffins and cups of flour. Okay, M is the number of corn muffins, F is the amount of flour. So your equation should contain M and F, not X and Y. The two quantities are M and F. Can I help you with the first one? I'll give you another problem. What I'm saying is, here you remember for direct variation both increase. This is my equation, right? Here, what is the Y, what is the X?
Wait.
Number of flour is my X value. Dozen corn muffins is my Y value because I can increase or decrease the flour. This is the independent variable. So now 3 dozen means what? Now let me change the variables. Number of corn muffins will be equal to K times the flour. This is my equation. Right? Now from this they are saying 3 dozen means 36 will be equal to, I don't know what is this K value always, okay? F they are saying as 2 cups of flour. So K is what?
Okay, they go to, well, I mean, 18.
18. Now that is constant. Whatever changes you make to X and Y, your K value is always a constant of proportionality. That is constant.
So would that
So
be,
now our equation becomes Y equal to 18X or M is equal to 18F. Okay. The second one, use the equation to determine how many cups of flour is needed to make 120 muffins. You can substitute. Krish, were you following?
Yeah.
So you need this many cups of flour. Did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Can I give you one more question? I would really want everybody. Did you not, Vibha, did you understand?
hmm,
Go ahead, Vibha. Vibha,
Yeah.
ask your question. Vibha, what is your question, Vibha? Hello? Did you have a question, Vibha? Guys, are you able to hear me? Okay, you don't have a question. Good. Okay, how about this? We'll finish with this. Let's see. If you're all able to get me the equation and the answer for B, we are done with direct variation. Let's see this one. The main equation is y equal to kx. No problem, Beba. Your mic isn't working. Thank you for the message. Now, can one of you tell me how will the graph of direct variation look like?
Like proportional.
Good job. Very nice.
Is it D is equal to
Is my equation correct?
Checking, Amma. Sorry, I did not see. 1 minute.
wait, since your distance varies directly with time, would it be D is equal to KT?
Yes, you need to use that. Correct. Yeah. But some of you are making some mistakes. Let me see. Distance is your y value. Okay, if you hear thunder in 10 seconds after you see lightning, you're 2 miles away. So k is 1 by 5. Now use that equation, or I can use this equation. To travel 6 miles means
Miss Priya, I finished. I sent it.
I'll check, Amma. Akshada, I think you got it. Dhruv, you got it. Adira,
I had to edit mine. Can you check now?
okay, ma. Bhakti, you got it, but k value is 1 by 5,
Yeah.
right? Ma? See, okay, I know why it went wrong. You know why? Because you picked y and x different,
Yeah,
right?
I accidentally did that.
That's okay, ma. But always remember time should be the independent variable. You get it, huh? Okay, yeah. Yeah, yeah, as long as you get it, it's great. Okay. One last question from my end. What type of variation is this, guys?
Inverse.
Inverse variation. Good job.
Oh, it's
When you're
inverse.
given a table or a graph, you should be able to say whether it is inverse or direct variation. That is highly important to understand. What?
Direct. Did you call it indirect?
Yeah, this is indirect. The table is indirect. Why? Because you multiply x and y, always it's the same. How about this?
That's
Direct.
The
correct.
graph is direct because it passes through x comma y.
Yeah.
If it doesn't pass through x comma y, it is not a direct variation. Did I get that?
Yes.
How about this? Okay. Okay, how about this? What type of variation is this? The last one,
Inverse.
inverse, indirect variation. So you should be able to recognize indirect and direct variation from table, graph, equation, everything. Okay, and context as well. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions on that? Yeah, go ahead. If you don't have questions on direct variation, you can leave.
Why Miss
Bye, Ma. See you all next week. Have a good week ahead.
Bye.
Bye, Ma. Anya, how is lasagna for you? Anya? Oh, she's gone.
Miss Priya, can you share me the link for the test?
Just now I shared with you.
Is it on Google Classroom?
No, in the comments.
Okay. Also, can you explain transformations one more time, or can you send me the
Link to understand. You want the recording
Yes, please.
of this class?
This class and the class before.
Amma, you can go to youtube.com PyKid. Do you know that? All recordings you have to go ahead in chronological order based on time, date. Okay. Today's 27th morning is your class. Your recording will come out 27th night. Night is your class. The recording comes the next day.
Okay. What is it under?
I have sent the link in chat.
Okay. Thank you.
No. I will send it to your mom as well.
Okay. Thank you. Do you want me to stay here and take the test, or I take the test and then leave?
1 minute. இல்ல, you can leave definitely. Okay, yeah.
All right. Thank you.
1 minute. I'll send it to your mom as well. Does that help you? Did you take a note
Yeah.
of everything?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So I will send it to your mom as well, the YouTube link, as well as the forms link. Any other questions for me?
No questions. Thank you.
My throat is bad, ma. I am not mad or anything. Okay, I'll send the links to your mom.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions?
No questions.
Go over transformations, ma. It will be very useful for algebra too.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.